the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
Hey, everybody. Good morning and happy Saturday. Welcome to the November, I don't even know what date it is, 15th edition of Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, coast to coast. It's a good thing the title of the show matches my name, because otherwise, if they didn't, that would really be stupid, wouldn't it? Thank you for joining me and making me part of your Saturday. Listen, today's guest, we're going to call this the Beauty and the Beast version of today's show, because with me is a local product. Yes, there are people that have been born and raised here in Virginia Beach, just like when I lived in Vegas. It was hard to believe there were natives actually out there also. But not only is this person is a good friend of mine, she's a native of the area. She's also a great real estate representative. We're going to talk about trends of the market here. Also, because she's got all this experience growing up there, we're going to talk about all the things to do, not to do. And we've even got a little history about the area that we're going to show a little bit later on. Welcome to the show, Miss Annabelle Whitley. Hello, my friend.
Hello, thank you always for having me.
Of course.
Always great to join you.
Thank you.
A little live, it's a little nerve-wracking, but
Listen, since you and I have a conversation, ignore the millions of people that are watching us right now.
All right, sweet, awesome.
There you go. First and foremost, I want to thank all of our sponsors today. My list over there, I didn't even bring it over here, so I hope I got them all. Tidewater Community College, which, by the way,
Go Big Blue.
there you go. Annabelle's a grad of Tidewater Community College.
And ODU, sorry.
And ODU. That's okay. It works for ODU.
They're all blue.
They're all blue. That's like the Monarchs. That's right. And the Storm over at TCC. That's right. Also, too, let's thank our other sponsors. We have Comfort Care, Home Care, Virginia Beach. We have Different Strokes 757. We have Miliari Group. They can help you with some great financial education. As a matter of fact, if you call them and mention you heard them about them here, they'll actually do a free will preparation for you. That's right, I said free. And I'm not talking free will like you can do anything you want to. I'm talking about they'll prep putting a will together for free, no cost, $0. Who else do we have? We have Miliari Group, we have Comfort Care, we have Different Strokes, Tidewater Community College. Oh, and by the way, if you want to dress like a Hall of Famer, you can go to my shop, The Voice, VV Stores, thevoice.vvstores.com. Get all of your apparel with any and all logos for everything that I've been involved with on shirts, hats, bibs for your kids, water bottles, whatever you want. You can go take care of that too. So we want to thank all of them. And also a little prop for the other company that I work for, Celebrity Grudge Match. If you're a nonprofit and you want to have some fun to raise, you want to do around a golf tournament, give us a call, celebritygrudgematch.com. All right. As always, let's welcome in at this time my compatriot out in Las Vegas, Mr. John Styles. JPEG, how are you, my friend?
I'm here. I'm awake.
I was going to say, I didn't mean to wake you there for a second. What's going on out in the Vegas world?
Well, let's see. It's time to get out the long sleeve shirts. It's dropped below 75 degrees. If it drops another 5 degrees, we'll get out the jackets.
The parkas will come out?
But other than that, it's all good.
All right, yes, we're actually going back up to near 70 today after having very wintry temperatures earlier in the week. I was cleaning snow off my car on Monday.
Well, that's Virginia Beach weather. It can go from sunny to snowy to sleet to hail all in the same day, in 2 hours, actually. So it's great and also kind of fun to deal with your allergies as well. So we're feeling it over here. We got a little bit more drastic temperatures.
Little cool, but today back up to 70 degrees. By the way, John, how's the rain out there? I understand you guys were getting deluged with rain, according to my dad. I spoke to my dad the other day, and he was batting down the hatches.
He lies.
Did you not get any rain?
We got a few drops over here, but I'm at the other end of the valley, but we're expected to get some this weekend. So
no, I was going to say, no, you're very close to where my dad is. My dad is over at Rainbow in the 95.
And I'm over off of Ann and Decatur.
Yeah, but you're not that far. I mean, it's not like it would be like where you...
It's far enough to where we didn't get the rain and he did.
Okay, I got you. All right, very good. All right, say goodbye, John.
Okay, goodbye, John.
Thank you very much. All right. Before we get started with Annabelle and all the good stuff, we're also, like I said, man, we got history lessons for you. We're going to take you back to 1992 and show you a map of what Virginia Beach looked like then versus what's going on here now. We'll have fun with that a little later on. Of course, we're going to talk about some of the real estate markets and trends about what's going on around town. And but of course, as always, we'd like to get started with a little segment called Vegas Wrap 2.0. Let's do it.
with a nod to the past and an eye to the future. Here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right, as always, Vegas Unwrapped 2.0. This is part of the show where I just like to share all the good stuff that's kind of been going on. And lately, especially in this area, it just seems to be all about people winning lottery and money and all sorts of good stuff. And not a whole lot of stuff's been coming back in through Vegas as far as news and notes. So it's all the East Coast and all that's been going on. And also a huge grant was given to one of the local colleges by a philanthropic entrepreneur. Try to say that word 10 times fast, sober. So let's get started with some news and notes, shall we? By the way, I heard this before the show went on the air, Powerball and the big mega ball stuff, $900 million or some ridiculous number. I saw in a quick headline just before you came up here, one winner out of Georgia. So the winning ticket was down in Georgia. So congratulations to that person.
I know, that's exciting.
Right. So if you want to buy some real estate in the Virginia Beach area, we'll get you Annabelle's contact.
Please do. Just give me a call.
Absolutely. All right. So here you go. Lucky Virginia Lotto player wins $1,000 a day for life. How's that one, huh? What would you do with $1,000 per day? Lottery tickets sold at a Hampton convenience store has won the top prize this past week's Cash for Life drawing. Now the winner has a choice between $1,000 a day or a one-time payment of $7 million before taxes. Now, of course, the age-old thing is how old is this winner, right? So if you were that winner, what would you do? $1,000 a day for life or $7 million gross before taxes?
I would take out the money. I wouldn't do the 1,000 for life. I would take the lump sum.
Because you got to figure 7 was at 28% they generally will take out of taxes, right? So that still leaves you a cool $4 million probably.
Yeah, I could just do that right now.
Exactly.
Okay.
The ticket was purchased at the Aberdeen Food Mart on Aberdeen Road in Hampton, matched all 6 winning numbers back on the 9th earlier last week. The winner has not yet come forward. In case you're wondering, it would take around 20 years to accumulate $7 million if you were paid $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
So if you're like 25 and you have 20 years ahead of you, I can see maybe just, hey, $1,000 a day, that's still probably a lot more, right? $360,000 a year. How many people have that kind of salary, right? Why not? I mean, so it all depends, I guess, on where you are.
Yes.
So congratulations to that person. And to that person, if you need some help in figuring out where to go with that money, give me a call. I can help you out with some great nonprofits in the area. All right. Here you go. Here's another one. $1 million winning Powerball ticket was sold here in Virginia. Someone in Pulaski County. Where's Pulaski County since you're from the area?
Oh my goodness. I think that's kind of down in the Pungo area. It's quite large.
So what's that, like towards North Carolina, like southeast of us?
Yes.
How's that for someone who's new to the geographic area?
Pungo is our rural area, kind of our cousins to North Carolina. They hug right there on that line and have a lot of little
Cobra Farms is out there.
Yes.
I was out there last year. It's a great place for
picking all kinds of fruits and
we can get down there
apples
this year.
and
but we got
fun times.
Now Pungo, on a side note, this historian, witches down there. The Pungo witches. There's like folklore about that stuff down in the Pungo area, yeah?
Oh yes, and that's why it's called Witch Duck Roads. Actually, that's where I live off of, and there's a whole segment we could go into on that in the Pungo area, but that's where my mom grew up. She grew up over there off Sandbridge Road, but in Princess Anne County.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what? I think based on what you just said, we may come up with a new segment here on the show, History of Virginia Beach, and maybe we'll do a regular segment with you, kind of sharing some of those tidbits.
And there's a lot of fun stories. There's a lot of little parts of each area of Virginia Beach. They're all different.
As well as this new show that this guy's going to be doing on Sky 4 come January. Could be a regular on there too.
Stay tuned.
There you go. The winning ticket was purchased at a 7-Eleven located at the 4600 block of Cleburne Boulevard in Dublin. Okay, whatever. Larry Good said the Dublin ticket was the only one in Virginia and one of just 2 nationwide to match the first 5 numbers. No tickets matched all the numbers. So the 7-Eleven, though, what's really cool about these convenience stores, when there is a big winner, the location that sells the winning ticket, they actually get a 10% commission.
Yes.
So that 7-Eleven, for just selling the ticket, got a cool $10,000 bonus from the Virginia Lottery. And as always, I love this about the Virginia Lottery system. All Virginia Lottery profits go to support K-12 education.
Schools.
Right. Take note, Clark County in Nevada. Last fiscal year, Pulaski County received more than $4.5 million in lottery funds themselves, contributing to the $901 million raised statewide for public education. So God bless them for doing that. Absolutely. All right. So that takes care of those folks. What else do I have here that I want to share? Do I have any more? I think that's it for lottery tickets. So let's talk about this one. Norfolk State University, shame on me, which if you're following the trend, former NFL player Michael Vick, if you read the news over the last 12 months, he's now their head coach of their football program.
Yes.
Not doing very well. I think they were 1-9 or 1-7, 1-8 going into this weekend.
You can get in the groove of things.
Yeah, it's his first time coach, right?
Yeah.
His first time. So philanthropist Mackenzie Scott, she's a very successful author, if you want to look her up on Google. Norfolk State University received the largest gift in the institution's 90-year history. Ms. Scott donated $50 million to support the university's mission to transform student lives through exemplary teaching. This will be Scott's second time donating to the HBCU. In 2020, she gifted Norfolk State $40 million. Now she's up to $50 million.
Thank you.
University officials say this gift will be invested to support student scholarships, faculty research and service, and of course athletics, and strategic initiatives of the university. So well done. Congratulations to them. Very nice. There's another today. What is today? Today's the 15th, right?
Yeah.
Next Saturday, because I've lost all track of time around
It's
here.
about to be Thanksgiving. Who's keeping track of time?
It is. My goodness, right? The 27th. Mike, do you have any plans for Thanksgiving? You guys, you and your significant other, do you have traditions for Thanksgiving?
Well, this will be our year being engaged. So staying in the area with the future in-laws, I think it's going to be the plans.
Okay.
Yes.
Very cool.
Staying in the area.
Are you guys like football fans? You watch the football games and all that stuff?
Oh, yes. They're big Hokie and Virginia Tech alumni, so we get to go see games and all those things.
Okay.
But, of course, the area where Commander fans, if I'm going to be pretty correct on here. But Washington, I'm sure there's going to be a game on. So
I
those
don't
are
know
the teams
about, I don't know
in
about
the ring.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday
but,
you have your traditional games.
yes.
But
Sometimes every once in a while you'll get one with the Cowboys.
well, it's usually the Cowboys, the Lions. Those are the two mainstays on Thanksgiving. And then now you got 4 games or 3 or 4 games. So it's like, it's crazy
And
now.
with college, it's hard to keep up with all of them.
That's true.
It's
That's
good.
very
It's
true.
good times though. You'll always watch a good game.
And then when the college games are done playing on Saturdays, then the NFL sneaks in on Saturdays. You get Saturday and Sunday to totally screw up your clocks and calendars, not knowing what day is what. So
Football with red zone of 8 hours.
And I-
What is usually my Sunday?
I have the
Sunday.
YouTube. I have YouTube. I have the NFL package, so I have them all on YouTube when
Yep.
my Giants are not. Not that the Giants are worth watching right now. Sorry to see Dable go. I really liked Brian Dable, but with what's been going on, you couldn't keep him. So anyway, all right. Here's it. The reason I brought up November 22nd is I come back around as to why I did that. There's an event taking place down on the Virginia Beach oceanfront called Fear No Ice.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that?
I am not.
This is new for you?
Yes.
As someone who grew up here?
They do new things out the ocean front all the time, and that's what keeps this area great and always exciting. Always
speaking-
different festivals and events,
I'm
and
glad you brought up
I
festivals.
can't keep up, but it's always fun.
It is. Right now, just kicked off this week on the 13th, was the free bike ride through the lights on Ocean View. Been talking about this for the last couple of weeks. It's a drive-through, which actually Las Vegas has things very similar to this up at the Speedway, where you drive through the light displays and all of that. So right now, Ocean View did the free bike ride on the 13th. You can take your cars, you can drive. It's a drive-through, and it goes from like 1st, 2nd, or 3rd Street all the way up to like 30th Street. I mean, it's the ride of they call it a boardwalk, but folks, it's cement. It's not your traditional boardwalk. Which is a guy who grew up on the Jersey Shore is very sad that there's no real wood except for the pier.
Yes.
The fishing pier is wood.
Yes.
So you can do the lights down there. Go on to you can search it online. I forgot what the website is off the top of my head, but they offer discounts on Mondays for military. But you can also save $10 by buying your tickets online to do the drive-through versus going there saying, honey, let's throw the kids in the car and go down there and buy your tickets there. It's an extra $10. They really want you to buy your tickets online so it doesn't hold up the procession. But on the 22nd, Fear No Ice. This is this unique event features larger-than-life performance ice sculpting. It's all about ice sculpture.
Ooh.
So Fear No Ice artists use chainsaws and chisels to create ice art. Viewers can expect a combination of drama, comedy, and audience participation. Now, there are two 30-minute shows, one at 6 p.m., one at 7 p.m. on the 22nd. And you know what the price is? Free. It's free. Limited seating provided, concessions available for purchase, or bring your chairs. I would just bring a tumbler of your favorite drink. We'll just leave it at that. 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Again, this is next Saturday, the 22nd, right on beach, down on Virginia Beach oceanfront. Doesn't tell me exactly what streets, but you can check it out on WWDBTV.com. You can get more information about that. This one is one of my favorite events of the year that I like to do. And John, I wish that you can escape that area and come out because you'd appreciate this. But the Winterfest at the Wisconsin, down at the Nautica, the Nauticus, down at Waterfront, this ship is decked out in the lights and the colors, and you can tour the ship up, down, and see it. But seeing the ship decked out, and this, my wife and I, when we came out to visit our daughter who lives in Norfolk, before we moved here, we used to do this all the time. Well, we even did it last year now that we moved here. It is so beautiful down there.
It's enchanting, and it's really cool to see it lit up and all of the different sections, and they really theme it out, and being able to go in the ship and tour it as well. Yeah. Oh my God, it's magical.
So this opened up last night for the season, but they also added to it. Yeah, they added to it.
I heard they were in a competition.
Oh, really?
Yes, like a national competition of like things. Okay. I just heard that from my fiance last night, so I'm going to look into that.
Yeah, that's, I don't want to be known as, like delivering fake news.
Oh, no, so, but I'll let you know.
Yes, we'll confirm that.
I'll follow up.
But they're going to be debuting a walking light trail now down along the path, which organizers say is the first one in downtown Norfolk. It's a half-mile-long trail open every night during the holiday season and is free, extending from the pagoda around the battleship through Town Point Park. The Winterfest Riverwalk features hundreds of thousands of lights along the Elizabeth River. Organizers say the star of the show, of course, will be the battleship Wisconsin, decorated with more than, get this, 2 million lights on the battleship. Now, I'm guessing that the walk with the lights has got to sort of be kind of maybe like a little bit of competition with the Botanical Gardens lights, because you can go through the Botanical Gardens, which is beautiful to go through as well. It's lit up with their beautiful light display. So I'm wondering if there's a little, they got the Botanical Gardens, I got the ship. We're going to do the trail with lights, you got your flowers.
That's kind of what I was about to say. I was like, the ship has got its own water and ambiance feel. They also have the boats that kind of come in and do their little boat parade. Mm-hmm. But driving through a mystical forest and all of the beautiful plants, it's got two different feels, but you've got two great places, and you can check them out both. There you go. You have your choice. All right, with that, we're going to get ready to step aside for our first break. I was just notified that the first couple of minutes of the show, we had some technical issues with some buffering, so the video may not have been the greatest, but the audio, from what I understand, has come through fine. So hopefully that has been fixed. Thank you, Mother Nature. All right, with that, we're going to step aside for our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to get more in depth with Annabelle and her knowledge of the real estate market, the local area, which she's already been imparting on us. She's been giving us facts and wisdom. And hopefully your comments and suggestions. You're watching Aaron's Hour Down, folks. So more to come. We'll be right back.
It's not just you're here for 2 years and you're gone. It's you have a community, you have a network.
It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've done in the past. Everybody has the same opportunity here.
The financial resources, the community aspect of it, really important for your first 2 years of college. And you get that at TCC.
We take family real serious here at TCC. We're a community, hence Tidewater Community College.
Is your credit card debt getting you down? When that student loan payment is due, does your cable bill go unpaid? Are you ready to throw in the towel because you do not know how to financially survive? The Miliari Group is ready to educate you on how to get out from under the pile of debt and retire as a tax-free millionaire. They eliminate student and credit card debt and help families set their kids up for success. For more information, call 956-532-2349 or email williamsastria961@gmail.com or scan the QR code to meet with us. The first 100 calls will receive a free will. So, call 956-532-2349 or scan the QR code now and learn how to become the millionaire you always dreamed to be.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me. I will be fabulous.
I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
I'll send you.
Hey, honey, what you doing?
Getting ready to watch a game.
What about fixing up the house like you promised?
What you talking about?
Just the new light in the den, the new shower in our bathroom, the new fence around the yard, the front steps.
Stop! You know, I have a better idea. You know Craig down the street? He owns a company that specializes in handyman services, but he is more than just any old handyman.
Really? Would you say different strokes for different folks?
You know I will. You know why? Because he does home repairs and he does painting and kitchen remodels and bathrooms and everything else in between.
How are his prices?
Great value for great quality. You know, I think I'll invite him over and get a free estimate for all the things that I know will make you the happiest, dear.
Call Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Service for a free estimate by calling 757-395-9999 today.
That's 757-395-9999. Above the rest, they show up and show out by making your vision come to life.
Hi, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. Once again, you caught me talking. By the way, there was one other event that I wanted to share, which I neglected to. Today, 15th and 16th, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. today, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow, Santa Stocking Old-Fashioned Craft Bazaar taking place at the Kempsville Rec Center, literally in my backyard, less than a mile from where I live. Again, check them out. Go support. I'm really big at this time of year for supporting local businesses and small business. So please go down, check this out. Kempsville Rec Center today, 9 to 4. Tomorrow, 10 to 3. For more information, VB, Virginia Beach, VBParkEvents.com. And I think that's the same website that you get information about the ice sculpting thing.
Yeah.
There you have it. Go check them out. That's today only. All right. My floor in the studio right now looks like crap because of everything I'm throwing on the floor. Okay. Annabelle Whitley joins me. She works for Signature Homes here in town. That's a national company. We have Signature Homes in Virginia Beach. I'm saying Virginia Beach when I want to say Las Vegas. So I'm very familiar with Signature. We met here at Gather, which is where my studio is. Her company has an office here. We were just hanging out at the front a couple of months ago, having breakfast together. We started chit-chatting, realized how much we had in common, and we've hit it off tremendously well as friends, too, which is really what I love about the relationship building in all the communities. That, we talk business and everything else, but when you just know you connect with somebody as people, those are relationships I cherish and love the most. And she has been instrumental in helping me with some side projects, which, because I don't know who's listening or in and around where we are, we'll just leave it at that right now. But thank you for coming on.
Of course.
Appreciate it. And so we're going to kill more than two birds with one stone with one visit. And that is, we'll talk about the real estate market and what's happening here. But as we've been alluding to, being born and raised here and you're native to the area, we can talk about, because for me, I'm here a year and a half. And all my audience back in John's neck of the woods on the West Coast, I'm sharing all this new stuff, and it's new for everybody about what Virginia Beach is like, and we'll talk about a little bit about that as well. But let's get started with let's talk about the real estate market. Okay. Sure. When I moved to Vegas 28 years ago, the population there was about 500,000. When I left a year and a half ago, it was about 2.5, 2.7. Of course, we know what the real estate market was like in 2008 before the crash. It was crazy good out there. It's taken a hit. It's still not terrible. But what's Virginia Beach? I've heard numbers at the residents just in the Virginia Beach area. So I want to just share, there's Hampton Roads, which makes up multiple cities, so to speak.
Yes.
But Virginia Beach, the number has about 400,000 residents. Is that right? What's the numbers? Let's talk reality.
Well, what's fun about Virginia Beach, I'm not huge on the numbers because we're so fluid in this market. We have so many different areas, and there's a lot of military, there's a lot of healthcare, there's a lot of relocation to this area with, people that are retired in different things. So it's
military
very,
presence, of course.
that's what I'm saying. That's our number one. There's a lot
right?
of bases, and we thank you for our troops and everything you do here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very big variety, and it definitely keeps our market always hot and always moving. We have everyone coming in and out of the area, rentals, and it always kind of keeps property values staying on the high side. We really don't slow down in the area, especially here in Virginia Beach.
It's interesting because, you know, my roots are originally New Jersey. So coming back to the East Coast after 27 years being dried out in the desert, it's cool to be back into the ocean environment. You know, I mean, from where we live to go to the ocean front, it's maybe a 12-mile ride straight down 264. Real simple. It's not like trying to get to the Jersey Shore back, you know, back east. No, up east, up the coast. But one of the big things that I learned when we first moved here is I never realized Virginia was considered a southern state.
Yes, it is still debatable, but I say we're Southern all day. My name is Annabelle, so that I got that Southern. I still say that we are, but there are some that are debatable. When you go a little more northern towards DC area, you can get a little testy about it. So,
well, Virginia can literally be cut in half, right?
Yes.
I mean, Virginia as a state can be cut in half of that, but Virginia Beach in this area is south, and I remember when we pulled in on June 14th of 2024, we went for a bite to eat at AJ Gators over there on Kempsville Road. Everybody, you had the southern drawl, and everybody was nice. And my wife and I looked at each other like, do we owe these people money that they're being so nice to us? I mean, it was just such a change because coming from Jersey, you know, it's a little different.
Oh, yes.
Vegas, you know, it's not that it's not like it's New York, but you have a melting pot of the LA folks coming in. You have that fast-paced attitude. Then you come here and say, hey, how you doing?
Yes.
Like, are you talking to me?
Yes, wave at people as you go down the neighborhood. You know, we still have that feel.
Yeah, and that's got to make things for people coming here such a great draw. When you talk to people who want to invest in the area, who are looking to move here from outlying areas, whatever, how much of the community do you share with people about how this is a very southern friendly town and area?
Well, we do serve sweet tea. We do know what that is. So we can definitely get some good stuff. Better places than others.
That's right.
But this area is just very well diverse. So we still have that southern charm, even though we're becoming a very popular resort and vacation area.
14 million people visited here.
Yes, it is a very, very popular area, especially summertime. We've got the 1st through 40th Street, that is your resort or oceanfront area, as you would call it. And it brings a lot of tourism down. We've got a lot of fun things, a lot of great activities for kids. You know, there's even water park down there. Now, we've got the new wave park.
That's right.
I don't know if it's officially called that, but it's a giant surfing wave park. Got to check it out online. It's pretty awesome.
It is.
But it's really fun because you still have Pungo. You still have the kind of rural country area that takes up a lot of that North Carolina border area. But then you get town center where we're all buildings.
We're all, where we are.
Yes, high rises, you know, and it's a lot of business.
Like a business central.
There's people that live here in this area that don't have cars. They walk to work. They're doing remote jobs. So when COVID hit, it kind of made town center pop up. And it's kind of more of that, you know, city feel, but then you still have your neighborhoods that are down in like Little Neck, where you still have the whole neighborhood vibe, to have your schools in it, tree-lined streets. You know, it's just very well diverse, and you can kind of be from anywhere and find a spot in Virginia Beach to call home.
Yeah, I want to put it in perspective because when you go out towards Pungo, and even from where we live to go out there, it's about one of my favorite destinations out there. That's the Military Aviation Museum. Out that way.
Check it out.
I've been there a couple of times. I've spoken about it a few times here on the show. But going out in that direction, you pass there to go to Colorful Farms and all that. But from Colorful Farms, God, let me fix my
tongue
bridge.
twister.
From there, when we were visited there last year, the owner we were chatting with, you're only 8 miles from the North Carolina border.
Yes.
Which is freaky. Yes. Think about that. We don't put that together, but we're so close to the California, which is where the Outer Banks people love to go out to, is not far from here. Just like in Vegas, where you could tell somebody you're within, like my favorite spot that my wife and I used to drive to for vacation was Lake Havasu, Arizona, which was about a 2.5 hour drive, 160 miles. Everything is really close. Vegas can be a hub for a lot of things. Well, guess what? This area is a hub all over the place.
Oh, yes.
It's crazy good.
Oh, yes.
Now, let's talk about Hampton Roads area. What are the 7, and I'm saying 7 for a reason.
7 cities.
So I'll make the connection for that in a second why. But talk about what cities make that Hampton Roads area.
All right, yeah, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Suffolk, Newport News, and oh my God, who am I missing?
Did you say Suffolk?
Oh yeah.
Newport News, Hampton, Portsmouth,
Newport News,
Hampton.
Hampton.
There you go.
Sorry, Hampton Roads.
Maybe to this guy, right? Hampton Roads. The name is right.
The name is in that one. Sorry. They're across the peninsula. They're our little neighbors on the
So
other side.
I mentioned 7, and like you said, 7 cities. Well, a good friend of mine, Will Bose, sending out a shout out to you, buddy. 7 Skies Drinks. He owns this company now a couple of years. It's a local adult beverage company,
Sure.
like a Mike's Hard Liquor, like it's got the cocktails in the can. And his business called 7 Skies, purposely named because of the 7 cities in the Hampton Roads. So that's why I made the connection. So when you hear people talk about the Hampton Roads area, folks, that's the 7 cities that you just referenced.
Also the Tidewater area.
And that's right, the Tidewater area. Now, here's an interesting little side tidbit. Growing up as a kid, baseball fan, I'm a Yankees fan, but my grandfather was a big Mets fan.
Okay.
Growing up, the AAA affiliate of the New York Mets was the Tidewater Tides that played right here in Tidewater. But now it's the Norfolk Admirals is the hockey. Why am I?
Norfolk Tides.
Norfolk Tides, thank you, is the AAA affiliate now for the Baltimore Orioles because of the affiliation. So Tidewater, that name Tidewater, whenever I hear it, takes me back to my grandfather, being a Mets fan. But yeah, you have, so here, let's talk about it. You have baseball, you have hockey in this town.
Mm-hmm.
We have great basketball programs here. You have Old Dominion.
They've been doing great.
Tidewater Community College just started their first year of men's and women's basketball.
Yes.
Shout out to Athletic Director Chad. I'm still waiting for your phone call. Norfolk State, right? Football at those colleges, all the Virginia college programs here, right? Virginia Tech, University of Virginia, all of that stuff. Who am I forgetting? You're within a whisker of the Washington Commanders. Baltimore Ravens are not that far. You know, Baltimore is about a 5-hour drive, but still. And then if you go into the Carolinas, right? I don't know how the Panthers are in relation to here as far as the NFL, but really this area truly is a hub. And I keep using that.
It is.
Verify this for me, because I read somewhere doing my homework and moving here that the Virginia Beach Coastal is, if not one of the longest beachfronts at 35 miles long. Is that true? That is correct.
Yes.
So it's like the longest coastline in the world.
Yes, but not all of it is public. So just know that. There is some that the military does have down by, I think it's Camp Pendleton and things like that. And then you do have the Back Bay area. We'll show you on a map later.
Yeah, we got the map coming up next, so don't go anywhere with this one.
It stretches down to the North Carolina line, and then it does show Back Bay National Wildlife Refuge. And you can't necessarily go all the way through there to the Corova area, but you know, more on that later. It's definitely
more to come. We call that a tease in the business, folks. So before we go to break, let's talk about what's driving the market here now.
Everything, like I said, is very active, and that's what kind of helps with the market. As long as you're prepped and you're ready, with sellers, the buyers are out there. They're actively looking. It's a very busy area. So as much as the market has houses, they go very fast if you're prepared. You know, you want to make sure everything's ready, painted. If you can, do anything you have for updates, within reason if you can. But just be prepared. You know, just a little staging and a little tidying goes a long way. And you can move your house in just a few days. It's looking about 2 weeks is about our margin that you typically see on, you know, a home price in the right range.
You just answered the question I was going to ask, because in Vegas, the signature on the paperwork to list a house barely gets dry before it sells.
Yes.
So 2 weeks.
People are picky. They want certain things in different areas. So.
Is it a buyer's market or seller's market right now?
We kind of really stay in between. Like I said, we have houses, but not too many houses, and there's always buyers.
What's the inventory time? 30 days of inventory, maybe?
Usually, I'd say.
I sound like I know what I'm talking about, don't I, when I ask that question?
Typically, when you do like closings, they're about 30 to 45 days out. But you sit on the market within a few days. If, like I said, the price is right, you do get contracts in very fast.
Yeah, it's priced to sell.
Now, and if you're looking in this area, always go to rain.com. Don't use the other sites. They take days to post these listings. You want to go to the source where I have to upload them myself. So that's a real estate information network.com. And they're right here off Independence too. They're one of our neighbors right here at Town Center. That's our MLS.
What's the median price for a house now?
I'd say around the $400,000 to $500,000 range is our medium. About
that. What would that money buy? What size house?
Probably around your 15 to 20. 2,000 square feet. You know, it depends on your area, because that's where it's kind of hard. Like I said, so I'm in a townhouse here in Town Center, but then you can get places out in, you know, Pungo and things, and you get more space. So It's
what you
really
want for the
what
money.
you want. You've got all of it. It's a mixing pot, and that's
Absolutely.
what's great about Virginia
Okay.
Beach. Like, because you can get your little, like Oceana has like their little, no, what do they call it? Your
The
homeowners
bungalow,
associations,
HOAs.
and they're really great down there. And then
Right.
you get different areas like Kings Grant and things like that they kind of do their thing.
Right.
So it's just
A lot
really
of
where you want
civic
to be.
leagues out here. Civic
yes.
leagues is big out here.
Yes.
Where I live, Bellamy Estates, it has its own civic league. And when I first got here, I had to learn the difference between a civic league and an HOA.
Yes.
And they are totally different. Civic league basically just protects your rights in a way, but doesn't control what you do with your property like an HOA does.
Yes. And it's very communal. I really
Yes.
like the Civic League
Yep.
approach better, where it's not as, I feel like sometimes it can get hostile, you know? So like, I like the Civic League where
Exactly.
everybody's
Yeah.
involved and it's a community feel.
Here's a news flash for you. A very, very, very close friend of mine, whose first name is Phil, is going to be up for election to be president of his Civic League, from what I hear. Just leave it at that. It's hot off the presses. Anyway, all right, listen, let's step aside early for our second break of the show, because when we come back, we're going to get into maps and history, and we're going to kind of do the weather thing where we're going to be in front of a green screen showing maps, hopefully, if it'll all work out. And of course, more with Annabelle, with the market and all that's going on, and all sorts of good stuff. Don't go anywhere, Aaron. So I'll be right back, I promise.
Hey, honey, what you doing?
Getting ready to watch a game.
What about fixing up the house like you promised?
What you talking about?
Just the new light in the den, the new shower in our bathroom, the new fence around the yard, the front steps.
Stop! You know, I have a better idea. You know Craig down the street? He owns a company that specializes in handyman services, but he is more than just any old handyman.
Really? Would you say different strokes for different folks?
You know I will. You know why? Because he does home repairs and he does painting and kitchen remodels and bathrooms and everything else in between.
How are his prices?
Great value for great quality. You know, I think I'll invite him over and get a free estimate for all the things that I know will make you the happiest, dear.
Call Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Service for a free estimate by calling 757-395-9999 today.
That's 757-395-9999. Above the rest, they show up and show out by making your vision come to life.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous.
I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
Is your credit card debt getting you down? When that student loan payment is due, does your cable bill go unpaid? Are you ready to throw in the towel because you do not know how to financially survive? The Miliari Group is ready to educate you on how to get out from under the pile of debt and retire as a tax-free millionaire. They eliminate student and credit card debt and help families set their kids up for success. For more information, call 956-532-2349 or email williamsastria961@gmail.com or scan the QR code to meet with us. The first 100 calls will receive a free will. So, call 956-532-2349 or scan the QR code now and learn how to become the millionaire you always dreamed to be.
All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. That's right. Notice behind us, this is going to be like our version of National Weather Service, okay? This picture here on our green screen wall, we're looking at green, by the way. And we actually have the, here you go. Here's a little, like, behind the wizard's curtain. So here is the picture that I took a picture of because we didn't want it to fade, that we now have behind us on the green screen, which now Annabelle is going to use as a cheat sheet reference for herself. Okay. Also, too, we're going to run a scroll on the bottom for Annabelle's website and a direct cell number so you can contact her with all your questions. But, so what you're looking at, this picture is circa 1992 of the area.
Yes, but it's always a fun one to look at. It has the different colors kind of telling you about the area. So I thought it'd be a fun for you guys to look at.
By the way, I'm just thinking, where I'm pointing for people to see, if you're in studio, you can see that I'd be pointing at something that my wife would probably hit me in the back of the head with. But anyway, all of this water, we were noticing during the break, we were comparing it to an actual updated map on your phone. This water doesn't exist today. We think we might be sitting in this, but we're going to start off with something. If you notice the top of the picture up here, we're going to start off up there and work our way down. So go ahead, take it from there about what that is.
That's the, my parents always called it the Duck Head. Up here, they used to have a restaurant called the Duck Inn, and it was actually located up here. And most people didn't, I don't think, realize that that's kind of where that came from. But it is First Landing State Park. That all blue area is actually over there. That is where Christopher Columbus actually came over when they first came to find America.
Landing.
So it's actually a national park that's down there. The one entrance is located on 64th Street, and it goes back and over towards this Shore Drive area over here. Very beautiful. There's campground over there.
Okay.
You can do a whole different other things on the Shore Drive.
Now, I was going to say, though, there is you have to pay to get in back there, right?
Yes.
It's not an open.
Few bucks. I think it's like $7, maybe 10 or something on the weekends.
Right.
But it supports the national park that's there. The upkeep of it. There's waterway on the back end. You can kind of see it right in this area here where the neighborhoods are. So you can do kayaking, canoeing. I've been back there and paddled around. It's a beautiful area, very marshy. You got your Spanish moss, which most people, I had a teacher that told me that there was no Spanish moss in Virginia, and you can go check it out. It's right on 64th Street right there.
There is Spanish moss.
So it's a very beautiful natural area that's still in the heart of Virginia Beach oceanfront area. You don't really get to see that beautiful natural kind of landscape.
So the next time we do this, because I really want to do this the next time, we're going to get a current map of the same area.
Yes.
And we should overlay it.
Yes.
And we'll do at least a side by side. But on this map, let's show people roughly, if we can figure it out, approximately where we are right now in town center, where this town center area is on potentially this map.
All right, green screen. So this is about your oceanfront area here, and there is a interstate that kind of comes along this way.
And that would be interstate, what, 264?
264.
Right.
And then right about here is where your Kings Grant Little Neck area is. You're about Great Neck area for here. But if you keep going just a little bit down here, I think we're about right in this area. Now, I kind of live off the waterway, so I'm cheating a little bit. So we're about this area, town center. Okay. Now, this map, I'm not sure when town center up came, but it may not even be showing the buildings that
I
are now
would say probably
located
in 1992,
here
probably not. Now, you may have also noticed right here a runway, what looks like an airport. Well, it is an airport. It is not Norfolk International Airport. What is that?
That is NAS. That is Oceana. So that is home to our naval base in the area. So if you come to visit and you hear a little loud rumbling, it is just the jets that are flying by. The oceanfront area is technically right here, so you can see it's just a few miles. And they do their test runs where they come up and around. Yep. So if you're traveling at the oceanfront, expect to hear those and see those in the sky. They actually run at night too. So
and every September, they have the big air show out there.
Yes,
right?
Beautiful.
And my finger's floating out here to kind of show it, but here's my wall.
I'm just dragging my hand.
Right there you go, right there. So they have, as a matter of fact, this past year was September 20th because we were supposed to do our historic Kempsville Family Fun Fest that weekend. But yeah, so that's the airfield. That's the airfield out there for Oceanic. And then I don't even know where on this map we would potentially be able to show the Norfolk International Airport.
Oh, that would be so
further that way.
Here. My house is right here. It's about 10 minutes. So it's about
right off the map.
Right over there. Yes. So right behind, not too far. Okay. Out of Virginia Beach's city.
Now, what do you suppose? So I jokingly said, like, all of this middle here is all this water.
Yes.
But you pulled up a current map on your phone that doesn't show all that blue. This map is showing more water on it than what is actually being shown today.
Yeah.
So what today, where this blue band of water is in the middle, what would be there today geographically?
So it's a lot of marsh land that I think that's why it is kind of very protected out there in Pungo.
Right.
And there is a lot of flood zones area. So that looks like a lot of our Pungo area.
Okay.
And I was kind of like, there's not like a peninsula. So this was throwing me off a little bit. So this actually is more filled in.
Okay.
So farmlands and things like that. I'm not sure if the city redirected water. They do things like that to make developments.
Absolutely.
So it's one of those things I didn't notice until I was checking my areas today.
What
on
is
the new
this
map.
land? What is this?
That's Pungo.
That's Pungo that far south?
Yes, and then if you go
Well, I'm
over
so distorted now.
over here, it's like your Sandbridge Beach,
Right.
and that's
Sandbridge
Back
is
Bay.
beautiful. Where would
This
be
is your
Rudy
Pungo
Peninsula?
area.
Rudy Peninsula will be back up this way, right?
Rudy Inlet is here.
Right there.
Yes, because this is where the bridge comes over for Rudy Inlet.
Oh, there you go. Okay, now
So, and this would be Camp Pendleton. So that is like I was talking about, not the public beach there.
Right.
And then you can go down here, and this is that peninsula
Gotcha.
to go down to Sandbridge and the Back Bay Reserve that connects to North Carolina.
Okay, next time we're going to have a more current map overlay on this to make it even.
This is showing just the Virginia Beach.
But this is pretty cool to see that, and you can't really see it here on this projection. But as we look at the actual picture, what I noticed from the duck head down into this body of water, it almost looks like Florida.
Yes.
And the panhandle coming across this way of Florida. Again, you can't necessarily see it on this projection, but as we look at the actual picture that this is from, that almost looks like the Florida panhandle, not the panhandle, but the Florida body and then out to the panhandle.
Yes.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
so that purple is showing a lot of marsh areas. That purple is what the index is.
Oh, yes.
Marsh.
There's one thing I couldn't get on the picture is that there is a key at the bottom of this picture of what we're looking at, and it's called a treasured environment, and it actually shows marshlands and urban land. What else is on there? For the farmland, water and beach, which we can easily figure out. And again, this beach, the beach line, the ocean front, 35 miles.
Yeah, so you can see from it starts behind Aaron there, and then goes all the way up the beach and all the way up this way. So I'm not sure if the 35 technically ends here, because now this goes Chesapeake Bay.
Right.
So this is the bay.
Okay.
And then here at the duck head, it technically changes into the ocean. You can
Like
kind of see
water
the
off the
color
duck's
difference, but you can kind of see almost like the
Yes.
difference where they do that,
Yeah.
where the water does technically change.
Interesting. Now, if nothing else, folks, if you ever wanted to be introduced to an agent who kind of knows their stuff about an area, hello, okay? So we just showed everything that we got there. All right. No, but that's an agent. But again, 1992 to now, we're talking, what, 35 years, 33 years, 34 years in the scope of development.
Yes.
That's not a whole lot of time to have a community that has drastically changed to what we know today versus where it was in 92. I mean, that's crazy good.
Well, my parents, my mom was.
Sorry, John's calling you Vanna White too, by the way. So Vanna, she's coming for your job.
I know. The Pungo area, I personally have seen it come just in my 30-some years of life. But the Pungo area used to be farmlands and just corn, and they come neighborhoods out of nothing. So I've seen the development with just.
Well, the people who own that land out there, I mean, when developers come knocking, forget the $7 million, $1,000 a day for life thing. I mean, you're talking tons of money that land's got to be worth out there.
Huge developments.
Yeah.
And, that's what's kind of coming from Pungo. And I also own Hooper on Eastern Shore.
Okay.
And they are a little gem over there, too. They like to stay hidden like they're not there. But that is such a beautiful place. It's such a beautiful drive just over Chesapeake Bay.
Yeah.
And they're full of beach and bay over there as well. But it's creeping and crawling for them, too.
Sure.
There's a little development by Cape Charles, and it comes fast.
Yeah. Crazy
Yes.
good stuff. So the beautiful part is that for us as newbies out here, a year and a half, there's so much to explore, so much to see. Like there was in Vegas. I mean, I remember when we first moved out there, we want to go to this show and that show, blah, blah, blah. And then by the time you look back on 27 years, you probably did anything on one hand of all the things that you wanted to do back then. There is a lot of natural beauty out here. And you go, like from where I live, you go down Princess Anne towards TCC's campus from where I live. Go past Nimmo Parkway, and that's where you start driving out towards that Pungo area out there, Princess Anne Road out that way, and all of a sudden you're like in the middle of the country.
Yes.
And you see nothing but what are plantation properties when you see the buildings, and it's just such a vast difference, which is kind of cool. So, did you hear what's going on with Virginia Beach National Golf Course? Did you hear about this?
No.
which is sad because I'm planning a couple of golf tournaments out there for Celebrity Grudge Match. But apparently an RFP, which is a request for proposal by the city of Virginia Beach, they want to sell off some of the land of the golf course for development.
Okay.
Which right now, I mean, that golf course used to host some very prominent PGA events that, from what I read, holes 12, 13, and 15, they want to develop for housing, which then will detract from the high rating golf course that it is and totally change the configuration of the golf course. So the folks out there are trying to put a stop to it because it's going to take away from, and we were just talking about the value of land, right? I mean, so I get that you want to build golf course communities, but I don't know. Just don't screw around with my tournaments. That's all I ask for. All right. We are almost down to about 10 minutes left. It's crazy how good it is. So we talk about coastal cities here on the East Coast, right? Of course, we have Virginia Beach, but you've also got areas like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You can go all the way down to Florida that all have those coastal communities. Compare our coastal community from the terms of real estate to some of those other coastal communities in the Myrtle Beaches, the Outer Banks, whatever ones come to mind that people ask you to compare to.
Sure. I think we're still a very hidden gem as it compares to with prices and values. Of course, buying down at the ocean front, it's going to be a hefty dollar.
Sure.
Nowadays, with the short-term rental and that market being in the envelope, it's getting kind of tight there. But being able to come off the ocean front just a little bit, just a few miles here, town center, prices are reasonable.
Yeah.
You can get homes and you can get family homes, and they're a good space, like you said, more towards Amphitheater and out towards Nemo Parkway. You start seeing bigger lots. You can get the space that you want with the city right at their fingertips. You can go to Norfolk. You have that. They are very. I call it Port Norfolk because it's very water.
Yeah.
Very artsy. You've got them in your background. Williamsburg is like right a hop, skipping, and jumping away.
Minutes, yeah.
So I feel like you can.
As soon as the bridge is done, it'll be even better.
Oh yes, but it will. It's slow and steady. We're getting the work done. But it's really a great town because there's so much to do, and there's always events. Oceanfront always has different live free events during the summertime. Keep everybody busy. Like Virginia Beach, Oceanfront. Virginia Beach residents, most of the time at the parking garages, you get to show your ID and get discounts and things. So they supply a lot of touristy things for the locals. So you get a lot of bang for your buck for the area.
Absolutely.
It's always an adventure.
What I like the difference in the water sides between the Virginia Beach area to, let's say, Chesapeake Bay. Chesapeake Bay, the water's a little warmer on that side to go in. But if you want the traditional feel of the ocean and Virginia Beach, which I like to, there's a parking lot on 15th Street and Atlantic that I like to park in because it's right there by the pier. You have the restaurants there, you have the little shops there, everything you need is right there.
Yes.
And you pay for parking, but unlike the beaches like in Jersey where you have to pay to get onto the beach, plus parking, you don't have to do that here.
It's free.
It's free. The beaches are free. Yeah, I mean, I think to park where I like to park in the lot right there on the edge there is like $15 for the day.
Yes.
It's not that far away. It's within feet of where I like to get on. But I know my car is parked, $15. It's done for the day. My wife yells at me, "Why do you want to pay that much for parking for?" Because I like the convenience, especially when you're schlepping stuff to the beach, like your umbrellas and chairs.
Yes.
But you don't have to pay for the badges like you do in Jersey for the day or for the weekend. And the beaches are immaculate. The lifeguards are there. And you have that feel. And then, like I said, if you want a little quieter and less traffic than the touristy Virginia Beach area, then you go to Chesapeake. And then our friends invite us to go to Sandbridge.
Yes.
Oh,
Sandbridge is a private, but still public beach.
Correct. And it's
still public.
Beautiful out there.
Yes.
And
pristine beaches with the hills and the sandy bushes.
And you have the hills there that when you get onto the beach side, you have the privacy that you're not on the road. You know the road's there. Yes. But the dunes, that's where I'm looking for. But the dunes gives you that privacy of knowing that you have that quiet nature. You don't hear the cars. Not that you're speeding 60 miles, you can't, but still, you don't have that hustle and bustle of people on top of you, which is kind of cool.
It's that one road in and out for Sandbridge still. Like, it's kind of so funny that they're going to widen it, but I still think it's funny. You can only get in and out one way to Sandbridge. So it makes it that cute, quaint little beach. It's kind of like the Outer Banks, but not all the way there.
Down to the Outer
a little
Banks.
Sprinkle. Oh, you have not?
Not yet.
So I hate to see it. Like, I probably sit on the North Carolina Outer Banks beach more than I do in my Virginia Beach.
That's okay.
It's kind of silly, but I live, the oceanfront can get a little busy, so my in-laws take us down to the Outer Banks, and that's kind of like where all the Virginia Beach people go to vacation.
Well, that's like in
I'm not
Vegas.
saying everyone, but it's definitely a different feel of a beach.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Well, that's like Vegas. I mean, the people who live in Vegas don't go to the Strip. They go to all the outlying casinos, or like for vacation. Like I said, for me, I used to go to Lake Havasu. My wife and I do want to find that Lake Havasu equivalent. We've heard a lot about Lake Charles.
Yes.
As a potential place to compare. So there's a lot of those places that we still want to explore and find our getaway location.
Yeah.
When we want to get out of Virginia Beach. So
I'm spoiled. I get one beach or the other. It's kind
exactly. I want them all. We want all the beaches. All right. So we're just about, could you believe it? The hour's almost up.
Oh my gosh.
So we only have a couple of minutes left. So I want you to give me like 2 or 3, let's bust some myths about this area.
Okay.
All right. Give me like 2 or 3 myth busting things that people say about this area that are not accurate. Let's set the record straight right now of what we can tell our folks about the Hampton Roads area, from a real estate perspective, of course. I mean, let's hit them where we can. Talk about some of the things that people have a misconception about our area that are just totally not correct.
I wouldn't quite go miss, but things maybe they didn't know. There's a very wonderful senior area. It's a 55+ community out in the almost Pungo area. So you get that great feel over there at the courthouse. It's called West Neck, and it's 55+. So you got your single family homes and your little condos down there, which is great. So they definitely have a different little feel there. There's a lot of neighborhoods that people really don't think about, like the Glenwood area, where you got the Honeybee Golf Course. I know you're talking about that. So there's a lot of different little areas that I feel people don't really think about. There's the main hubs. So to explore a lot of different options, you need to find someone that's interested in what you want and how you feel about where you want to be. Because Virginia Beach, it's diverse, and people could think it's a tourist town, but I really don't think it's a tourist town. It's my home. It's got a little pocket of that, but it's so much more. Like this little bit of oceanfront area is not Virginia Beach. We've got a lot to offer, and there's a little bit for everyone.
Absolutely.
So don't be shy to reach out, and if you think outlying areas may be better, I can find your bang for your buck here in Virginia Beach. Don't be scared to reach out. And the market's always moving, but there's always that gem and that little diamond in the rough.
Absolutely. And forever my 2 cents is worth, you are getting a gem here in Annabelle. She will work for you to find you what you need. So give her a call. Phone number is on the bottom of the screen, 757-777-9289. That's 757-777-9289, which ironically, 777's in Vegas is a good thing.
Yes.
Or you can also check her out on her website, makingcoastalmoves.signaturehomes, RENC, Real Estate North Carolina is what the RENC stands
Where
for.
they started.
Yeah, absolutely. makingcoastalmoves.signaturehomes.renc.com. If you go to my Facebook page on my promo post for today's show, I do believe, at least I think I did, put the link on there. But if not, just go back to watch it here on Facebook or on YouTube. And of course, every Sunday, 1 p.m., DBTV.TV, the new home for all Aaron's Hour and Kiwanis Connect shows. So you've got a plethora of options, a plethora. John, did we ever figure out how it's properly pronounced? Plethora or plethora? It doesn't matter. You have many options.
It's plethora.
Good. The way I said it right.
Is the Merriam-Webster pronunciation.
You dated Merriam-Webster, didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Well, actually, I dated her mom. But.
Oh, there's words for that. That's probably in that dictionary. All right. Thank you for coming on, my friend. Great job. A lot of fun today. All right, listen, next week, she'll love this because I will have folks from Tidewater Community College on. It's their monthly appearance with me next week right here. I don't know if we're going to be in studio here, if we're going down to Norfolk. I have no idea. Where they tell me to show up with my camera equipment, that's where I'll be. So Tidewater Community College will be on with me. Naima Ford and company will be on the show with me. And then that'll be our pre-Thanksgiving show. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for the Saturday after Thanksgiving yet. We may just take an extra break with everything that's going on, but we'll see. I'll worry about that after next week's show. As always, folks, thank you for watching. Thank you for making me and Annabelle part of your Saturday. If you know anybody that is in the market for real estate to buy, rent, or even some residential, she has some business.
Commercial.
Commercial. Thank you.
I can't get out with all of it.
She can do it all. That's the bottom line. Give her a call again. One more time. 757-777-9289. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. As always, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. We'll see you next week right here on Aaron's Hour with Alan Phillips, Coast to Coast. Thank you for watching.